Hi everyone, welcome to Numeriq Learning. So in today's video, let us solve an important 5-mark question that was asked in one of the previous year's board papers. The question is, if from an external point B of a circle with center O, two tangents namely BC and BD are drawn such that the angle DBC is 120 degree, you have to prove that BC plus BD is equal to BO. That is BO equal to twice BC. Okay, so this is something which you have to prove. It's a 5-mark question. Now, in the very beginning, there are two things that you should know. The very first thing is the length of the tangent that is drawn from an external point to a circle is always equal to, this is the first point. So from an external point, if you are drawing two tangents to a circle, then the two tangents are always equal from a single external point, which means that BC is equal to BD. So when you write this part, it carries half a mark. So let me write it for you. The solution, the very beginning, you will have to justify the reason as to how are you saying that BC is equal to BD. That means the two tangents are equal. So the solution is, as the length of tangents from an external point B to a circle are equal. Therefore, you can say that BC is equal to BD. Okay, so BC is equal to BD, something which you can say. And you should also be knowing that if you have two tangents, okay, if two tangents are drawn to a circle, then they are equally inclined to a segment which is joining the center with that point. For example, you have the two tangents, namely BC and BD, that are drawn to a circle, then they are equally inclined to a segment that is joining the center to that point, which means, let me write this particular statement. We know that, you should already be knowing that if two tangents are drawn to a circle, then they are equally inclined. They are equally inclined to a segment joining the center with that point. The center with that point. What do I mean by that? Which means angle OBC is equal to angle OBD is equal to 120 by 2, which is 60 degree. Okay, now let R be the radius of the circle. Okay, now first let's take this particular triangle OCB. Okay, so you have 90 degree here, which refers to this OB or BO. This is your hypotenuse. This is your angle 60 degree. Okay, so this is 60, which means OC is your perpendicular and BC is your base. Okay, so now in your triangle OCB, we know this is 60 degree, right? So what is sine 60? Sine 60 degree is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse, perpendicular P by H, right? So P is nothing but your OC. H is nothing but your BO, right? So what is OC? OC is nothing but your R divided by what is BO? Let it be. Okay, let it be as such because we don't know what is the length BO. What is sine 60? It's root 3 by 2 is equal to R by BO. Can we calculate what is BO? So, cross multiply, you have root 3 into BO is equal to 2R, which means BO is equal to 2R by root 3. Right? So, let this be equation 1. Now, we know what is BO, right? BO is nothing but, this is nothing but your 2R by root 3. Right? Now that we know BO or OB, we also know, okay, this is your hypotenuse, this is your perpendicular. So using your Pythagoras theorem, you can say OB square is equal to OC square plus BC square, and we can calculate what is BC. Let us write according to your Pythagoras theorem. Okay, we know that OB square equal to OC square plus BC square. Right? What is OB? We just found out it to be 2R by root 3 the whole square is equal to what is OC square? R square plus BC square. Okay. So when you solve it, you get 4R square by 3 minus R square equal to BC square. Right? So you can take your LCM as 3, which means 4R square minus 3R square equal to BC square. Okay, so I'm going to continue here. So BC square equal to R square by 3, or take the square root, BC equal to R by root 3. Right? Now if you got BC, we are already from equation 1, you know that from here, right? BC equal to BD. Right? The length of the tangent from an external point to a circle is always equal. So if BC equal to R by 3, which implies BD is also equal to R by root 3. Right? Now, when you add the two, BC plus BD, what do you get? R by root 3 plus R by root 3, which is equal to your 2R by root 3. Okay, and look at your BO. BO is nothing but your 2R by root 3. So, therefore, from this, okay, therefore, you can say, therefore, BC plus BD is equal to BO. Right? And since BC equal to BD, we can say twice BC equal to BO, BC equal to BO by 2. Either way, it's right. Okay. So this is what you have to prove. You can write hence proved. So now the mark distribution is nothing but the minute you see this question, right, you have to prove something. So you have to prove BC plus BD equal to BO, that is BO equal to twice BC. So BO equal to twice BC. You can just stop it here itself. BO equal to twice BC. Hence proved. Okay. So the mark distribution for this, let me tell you, you get half a mark here. Okay, when you start writing correctly as to why the two tangents are equal, and then 1 mark here when you say the angle of inclination between the center to an external point are equal. Okay, and then you get 1 mark when you are proving that this is 1 mark here, and then when you say BC equal to, this is again 1 mark here, and then BD equal to, yeah, well, you calculating BC equal to R by root 3. And then when you say similarly BD, so these are things for which you carry marks. So this is 1 mark and this is probably again half a mark. And then finally when you're able to prove it, you again get 1 mark for it. So totally it's a 5 mark question. And the distribution of marks is such a way that you will have to write the statements clearly and then prove or write the statements as to when the two angles are equal, or Okay, so do check out this question again. Very easy. You are already given an external point. So the length of the tangent from an external point onto a circle is always equal. That's the first point. And if you have two tangents that are drawn to a circle, then they are equally inclined to the segment which is joining the center to that point. So if this is 120, it's 60, and the remaining is also 60. This is also 60. Okay, the first one is take this triangle OCB, okay, and find out what using 60 degree, sine 60 is equal to perpendicular by hypo, P by H, right? So R by BO, okay, sine 60 you can take it as root 3 by 2, find out what is BO, then use your Pythagoras theorem here, okay, calculate what is BC, we know BC equal to BD, just add the two, you will get BC plus BD is equal to BO. Both are 2R by root 3, hence proof. And since BC equal to BD, you can just say BC plus BC equal to BO, 2BC equal to BO, hence proof. So this is a very, very good question, and you can easily do this if such similar questions come for 5 marks. Do try it once again and hope you understood. If you have any doubts, please post that in the comments and I'll make sure I solve it in the next video. Please do share with your friends, do subscribe. Thank you.